Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Midweek Minutes. You caught me doing a little landscaping, but I wanted to share with you our message from Sunday. We continued our study in the book of Philippians, and the passage was Philippians chapter 4, verses 10 to 14. And the title of our message, It's a Secret. Let me read the passage for you. Philippians chapter 4, verse 10 says, "How grateful I am, and how I praise the Lord that you are concerned about me again. I know that you have always been concerned for me, but you didn't have the chance to help me. Not that I was ever in need, for I have learned how to get along happily and be content, whether I have much or little. I know how to live on almost nothing, or without everything, or with everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do all things through Christ who helps me and gives me strength. But even so, you have done well to share with me in my present difficulty." It's a secret. Now, the NFL season has gone, but over the past few seasons, I've really enjoyed watching the games. But one of the things I've also enjoyed is a commercial or a series of commercials that have been aired, and they star the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. You know who he is. And there's some very funny, interesting commercials. But there was this one commercial that really piqued my interest. The quarterback was cutting his lawn, and his lawn was the field at the stadium. And he said, "A man should cut his own lawn." And I agree wholeheartedly with that. Now, you may have a lawn service, and one of these days I may get one, but I really enjoy cutting my lawn. And I enjoy it because I know how to do it properly, and I want it to look attractive. But guess what? I have a secret for you. The secret to have an attractive lawn is the edging. When you do the edging, it makes it pop. You know, it's like when you get a haircut. I used to get a haircut back in the day, and when I got an edge up, it made my haircut pop. But now I don't get an edge up. I just have an edge. Well, we all have edges. Those are those rough areas in our lives that we don't always come across as being attractive. And you know, there's one thing that we have to demonstrate to show that we belong to Christ. And that's our first point. We have to have gratitude and praise to keep the blues away. We're always to be joyful. We're always to demonstrate the joy of the Lord, because that's our strength. But, you know, in our own self, it's hard for us to do that. That brings us to our second point, which is connection to Christ conquers the circumstances of life. Now, we don't have that strength in ourselves. We aren't able to smooth out the edges in our own selves. But that's why we have Jesus Christ. He's the weed whacker that can help smooth out the edges and make us straight and help us to follow the straight and narrow. Now, not only are we to help ourselves by tapping into his power to smooth out the edges, we're to, as the last verse says, join others in their difficulty, and we'll do well to do so. But you're probably saying, well, people can be challenging, and I don't have the abilities to deal with all these challenges. And you're right, you don't. That's why we have to focus on our last point. You don't have to be a superhero, because the superhero lives in you. So I encourage you, be able to have gratitude and praise to keep the blues away. Stay connected to Christ so you can conquer all the circumstances of life. And go along with others in their difficulty, but not in your own strength. Don't be the superhero, but tap into the superhero who lives in you. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Midweek Minutes. And don't keep the secret a secret. Tell the world. Hope to see you again next week. Goodbye for now.